Chop, chop, my little pig!
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I think most people might have noticed that there is a throwing knife on the thumbnail of this video. However, that's not what I want to talk about, and that is not the penetrator knife that everybody is constantly talking about, where you get the crits on everything for like 15 seconds or whatever after you hit it 5 seconds. I think it's 5 seconds. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Either way, that's not what we're talking about today. We're not really talking about that knife that's on the thumbnail either. However, that is a throwing knife with divider payload, which is the important part here, because what we do want to discuss more is that legendary class mod that is also on that thumbnail. The Grenazerker class mod for Rafa, which, if you don't know, can be found in the vault inside of Carcadia Burns. Now, this class mod does two very important things. The first, of course, is its effect. It's a legendary class mod. That's why you want it. It has a nice, fun, special effect. And this one does something very simple. Every time you throw a TDR gun or a grenade, you throw two of them instead. Conveniently, that is the exact same thing that divider payload does. I think you might be seeing where we're going here. The other important thing about this class mod is it gives you 5 stacks of the confetti skill in Rafa's red tree. So, of course, we're also going to build into the red tree, grabbing another 5 stacks of confetti, giving us a total of 80% ordnance damage, and another 25% ordnance damage from the augment right next to it, insta battle fort, whatever. So, all we're doing, getting a bunch of ordnance damage and throwing a lot of ordnance every single time we click R1, or whatever your corresponding button for ordnance is on whatever you're playing. Now, I do want to be very transparent about two different things. This is not a full-on build guide. This is just an easy setup to get you going. Really, all you need is that legendary class mod and enough skill points to get down, grab the augment, and put another 5 points into confetti. As long as you got those, you honestly don't even need something with divider payload, especially if you're not already into UVHM5. I am not. I'm just level 40 UVHM1. But the things are getting one shot basically anytime I have a good to really good grenade that is anywhere near my level. A lot of the footage in this video is actually me using a throwing knife or the Ripper legendary grenade. I'm not talking about that too much because it is a pre-order bonus, so not everybody will have access to it. But yeah, a lot of the times when I'm using those in this video, they are 5 to 7 levels below the people I am fighting. So really, I'm not using grenades on level for the most part, and you'll see when I do fight the Primordial Guardian, which is not the one you farm for this. This is the one in Terminus range. The one time I do have, well, 2 times I do have grenades that are pretty close to or on level is at the very beginning when everything was causing little singularities because it was a wildcard mission, and at the very end, I believe, I don't know where I'm actually going to put it, doesn't really matter, when I'm throwing the shot grenades at the boss. That is also pretty much on level. Outside of that, yeah, these grenades aren't on level, and we're still doing really good damage and basically able to walk through things just by spamming R1. We really don't need to shoot that often. I mean, especially when you do have divider payload on, you're throwing 4 throwing knives or 4 whatever grenades every time you click R1, with each one of them getting bare minimum plus 105% damage, because Rafa can also get damage from all sources, from both a skill and I believe is passive or something. I think he gets plus 10% and then a possible another plus 30% depending on shields or health. Either way, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you can get up to like plus 145% ordnance damage while throwing 4 at the same time. I might be repeating myself, but yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I do. I ramble. I'm not a script maker. I just be winging this shit. So yeah, if you're looking for something that doesn't need a whole lot of setup before you're actually able to get a full build together and you're trying to run through UVHM levels, go ahead and grab this. Go ahead and test it out. I haven't even gotten a new legendary class mod since level 30. It's just been the same one. I haven't really needed a new one. I'm not using it for the stats. Literally just the effects on it are enough. Getting those and a grenade is all I need. It's pretty wonderful, and I'm happy. I also did find another divider payload at level 40, so I found one at level 30 and another at level 40, which is another good thing about this. It's tough to find penetrator knives. I don't think I've found a single penetrator knife yet, but I found at least 2 divider payload ones if I didn't find another one earlier in the game and just forgotten about it at this point because I didn't have the class mod to make it, you know, exceedingly busted. I mean, they're already kind of nice without that class mod, 2 throwing knives, especially the first one I found, had divider payload, some seeker augment something, so the second knife seeked out an enemy, so it's basically a guaranteed hit. And it had explosives, so that upped its damage by another 20%. Yeah, combining all this stuff together, just just throw grenades. You really don't need to shoot when all this stuff's running together at the right level. It's kind of disgusting. I know I do have another legendary on the thumbnail. That is a rep kit, but the legendary part is not important there. The only important part of that one is the go-go gadget perk on it, or whatever you want to call that effect, whatever, I don't know. It's not part of the legendary effect or anything. It's just giving you more ordnance cooldown, and that's basically the only other thing we really want to spec into. Ordnance damage, ordnance cooldown. The more grenades we're throwing, and the more damage we're getting out of each grenade. Just stack those and throw a bunch of extra grenades, and you're pretty well set. This will carry you for quite a while. I don't know about UVHM5 or anything like that, but that's for more fully fleshed out builds and all that kind of stuff. This will carry you through a lot of levels on your way to UVHM5 with, like I said, very little setup required. You really just need the legendary mod and a good grenade. The divider payload part isn't even really necessary. The most important thing is you have a good grenade that does good damage. Singularity grenades are also great for this because you can CC basically the entire battlefield, and if they're not doing quite enough damage, throw more of them. Or just actually shoot your gun. We really haven't been talking about doing that, but you can still do that too. Building out Rafa's tree will give you gun damage, and they're still going to be able to hold their own when the grenades aren't quite cutting it just by themselves. Maybe they've fallen off in level a little bit, and you're looking for that next good one. Either way, this setup is incredibly easy, does a lot of damage, and honestly, kind of fun. Can't lie. It's fun to do grenade spam. It's not like you're ruining anybody else's day, like you're playing Battlefield or Call of Duty, just spamming grenades all over the place. The AI don't care. They don't think. They don't feel. I hope. I think. I don't know. That shit's getting pretty weird. Anyway, that's not important. I don't know how long this video is going to be. Probably not super long. Like I said, this isn't a full in-depth build guide. This is really a very simple setup that I just want people to be aware of. Yeah, try to get that legendary mod and look for divider payload. I think that is one of the best things to pair with it. But like I said, if you don't have divider payload, just keep an eye out for it and use whatever good damage grenade you do have. This shit's a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoy it too, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time. I'm out.